Lily? Tate? Random chicken? We have finally found it. We have found a small pool of lava, and I know exactly what I must do with this small pool of lava. I must take all of my unreasonable expectations, my overwhelming goals, my to-do list that just pile to the sky and continue to grow and grow with no progress, and start the year fresh by chucking everything straight into the lava. And now we begin anew. Hello everyone, and welcome back finally to ZooCrafting! And it is ZooCrafting Season 4, so this is the 4th year that we are moving through ZooCrafting, and I'm so excited, I'm so proud, I could just wipe tears from my eyes right now. Tears of relief, perhaps, because I have indeed decided that the reason I have been holding off on beginning anew with Year 4 of ZooCrafting is the fact I was being crushed to death under all of my to-do list and expectations. So if you guys will forgive me, we will be starting fresh for the year and returning back to the heart of ZooCrafting, which is really adventure, exploring, and a passion for animals, nature, and science. And that's basically going to be what this entire year is all about. And before you guys start panicking and going, what do you mean you've destroyed the zoo? I did not. We're simply on a camping trip, so don't panic, you guys. I just thought to celebrate the start of Season 4, which represents 4 years of ZooCrafting, 4 years of sharing with you guys my passion for plants and sharing with you so many amazing animal facts. I thought it'd be nice just to get back to basics and enter the wilds and go camping. So here we are on a camping trip. But yes, don't panic. The beautiful Zoodesia Zoo is still here. It is off way far away, way down here. Here's Zoodesia. Don't worry, we're still on the same server. We still are with all of our amazing friends who share the ZooCrafting name with us, and we are going to be working on the zoo in the future. But I realized over the last few months I was feeling so overwhelmed. Year 3 of ZooCrafting was the worst year we've had yet in terms of like videos made and in terms of my own happiness, Lily. And I realized that's because I let myself be bullied out of just the things I love, like exploring, wandering into caves, babbling to my dogs, picking flowers. And then it hit me, oh, I thought to share my passion for science and my passion for nature and how beautiful the world is and how much there is out there to explore and discover. And is that an apple? There's an apple tree on that distant cliff I can go and catch and like eat. Catch an apple tree? Well, I guess I could catch an apple tree, but you know what I mean. I can go and get that apple and try to eat it. And look at the size of that tree. I've never seen a tree that big spawn on its own. That's amazing. We have a whole new wilderness to explore, Tate. I am so excited about that. But I realized I had given up on that passion for just exploring and for just taking it day by day and relaxing with you guys, which those of you who are the core and the heart of ZooCrafting members have requested again and again that we return to, because that's really why you're here. And I had thought if it wasn't in front of a proper exhibit with a big fancy sign and absolutely meticulous and really excellent architecture inside of the animals exhibit, then I wasn't teaching you guys. And I realized the most important thing that you could really teach somebody about anything about the natural world, Tate, about anything about how to deal with nature and how to become a biologist and how to have the heart of curiosity and just a passion for this world, is by just having fun and being out in it. Not even scientists spend every single day being so serious scientists. And if you guys remember that episode of Season 1 of ZooCrafting, props to you, because that was kind of amazing. All right, so let me feed my puppies because I can tell that they're getting a little hungry. I have cleared my inventory out, by the way, so that we have some nice clean backpacks to work with. Oh my gosh, Tate is so hungry. All right, gotta feed him. Lily, get up here. Lily, it's a beautiful... Oh my gosh, Lily, you're gonna start taking damage. Eat. It's a beautiful cliffside, but I don't know why you and the chicken and that cow have to be on it just yet. All right. Oh my goodness. Already my puppies are keeping things very interesting. But Lily, I'll never forget that day. The first day we ever recorded ZooCrafting together, my wonderful dear. Look at her wag her tail. The very first thing that happened was as I was introducing the zoo and ZooCrafting, Lily got attacked by a bear. So that definitely kept us on our toes. But anyway, the point being, you guys... The rambling is back. The rambling, plant obsessed, plant fever, absolutely silly Seri is back. I realized that just being myself and just going on these goofy adventures and building random things and slowly but surely carving out a world that I really love, that is the heart of ZooCrafting. Not so much sitting in front of very meticulous exhibits and having a absolutely perfect to-do list to check everything off of. That's amazing, and the ideas and the inspiration you guys provide to me are just priceless. But I want to make sure that my heart is here so that I can show you guys what it truly means to just be a all-natural, very happy, biology-loving person running around, having adventures, diving into the wilderness, building little paths, coming up with tiny projects, and sharing this beautiful world with some of the most amazing creative friends I could ever wish for. So, welcome to ZooCrafting Year 4, back into the wild. All right, so yeah, we will be returning to the zoo, but I want to spend all of January kind of refreshing my mind at our little campsite. Do you like it? It's so cute. And when I was thinking about how to flow back into Minecraft, flow back into ZooCrafting, Lily, well, if you didn't jump off of trees, you wouldn't have that problem, my dear. Oh, you're such a silly girl. Oh, you're such a silly girl. Okay, maybe I should feed her a little bit more. We do have some duck, sweet potato, and cranberry that I got from Two Paw Doggy Bakery. I mean, we have an amazing world to work in, so why would I get so nervous about being in it? Look at the little dandelion. Oh, it's so cute. And there's butterflies. Okay. Oh, yes. And yes, there is something in the distance there. So anyway, that's my ramble on what the heart of ZooCrafting is going to be about. If you guys are here for actual building of zoo exhibits, that's awesome. I highly recommend some of the other ZooCrafting members on our server. You can find links to their channels in the video description. They tend to be a lot more organized than I am. If you're here so you can watch a plant-obsessed, animal-loving biologist in training run around and just share all sorts of random adventures with you, and of course bring in some of the very unique animal mods and the very unique collection of mods we have to bring you a Minecraft experience like no other, then welcome. Welcome. I have a feeling today we're mostly going to spend time showing off the campsite and having a really fun time talking about what we're going to be doing. So, what are we doing? Well, like I just mentioned a minute ago, Lily, I really think that going camping can sometimes clear your mind. So for the month of January, we are going to be spending time on a camping trip. And not just any camping trip, Tate, but we are camping in what I hope will one day become the Red Wolf National Forest. Yes, if you guys remember, we have red wolves back at my home. So back in Zoodesia Zoo, we have been breeding endangered red wolves. You guys actually helped out with that because you helped me to breed the wolves last year. And the red wolf pups are ready to be released into the wild, and their parents are ready to have more puppies. So how am I going to make that happen? Well, I want to release the red wolf pups into a national forest, and we've been talking about that for a little while, and I decided what better way to get the new year started than going camping with good old Lily and Tate, my two original starter dogs, before they start cloning themselves into the entire beautiful family of canines we have now, and just spending time exploring again. I miss exploring, just spending time exploring this area. So we're camping in what I hope will become the Red Wolf National Forest. And while we're here, we are going to be making different trails that people can walk on. Lily, I am telling you, please be careful. Oh my goodness, we'll have to take care of her. But while we are here, we are going to be going camping in my little tent. Isn't it so cute? It's such a cute little tent. I'm so proud of it. And then we are also going to be spending time looking for butterflies. I brought with me a couple of my butterfly nets, my magnifying glass, my butterfly encyclopedia, so that we can check out all of the different specimens and the different butterfly species we might be able to find. I saw some butterflies flying around a minute ago too. We're going to be searching all of those nests. You can see there's a ton of nests. So this is an unexplored area on the server. I don't think anybody other than myself has ever been here before. So we're going to be trying to expand what we can see on the little map and do some exploring here. Oh, I'm so excited. Just good classical exploring. All right. And I'm the only one on, so we'll go to sleep in just a second. The moon is rising. So let me see if I can go ahead and go to bed. Is it going to let me sleep? There we go. And we'll take a little nap. This is my little tent. Oh, good job, Lily and Tate. Oh, they went into their little beds. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. But yes, so we're going to be here in the Red Wolf Forest. We're going to be exploring this area. It has been so long since I have just been able to go and just do some random exploring and random... Lily, for crying out loud! Maybe I should have put my spot in a different spot. Oh my gosh, Lily, you and Tate, where is your brother? Tate, for crying out loud, sit. Oh my gosh, puppies. But we are going to be doing some exploring, caving, just taking it easy for the month of January and letting ourselves rest and recharge and work on building what will hopefully become that national forest. So what are we going to do to make it a national forest on the server? We are going to be clearing away some of the trees. We are going to be setting up some of these beautiful log benches. We are going to be putting down some of the light sources that we have, like these. These are actually glow-in-the-dark mushrooms. So very unique mushrooms that give off a little bit of glowstone light and light up the area. Same with this tree stump over here. It seems if we rub this tree stump with a bunch of rubber, then I can actually get it to glow in the dark as well. And we're going to be making different areas around here. Let me climb up on this tree so we can get a good view. There's a fun little valley right over here surrounded by these cliffs. And then we're going to be exploring to see where the forest might be a good place to develop. Down here is where I think we're going to develop like the trails, and I want to put down benches. We're going to have areas where we'll have a whole bunch of different trees. Like I see a plum tree. I think that's a plum, or it could be, yeah, plum. That would be a plum tree over there. So we're going to spread the plum trees around. We're basically going to act like forest rangers, which is awesome because I'm wearing my forest ranger outfit. And we're going to make this a national forest that the other members of the server can come to and gather resources at. Because it hit me, you guys. What is Minecraft all about? To be honest, it's about accumulating a lot of awesome items. It's about being a pack rat. That's what it's really about. So for our national forest, we'll not only create an area where we can start releasing the animals that we breed in the zoo, so we can let our wolves roam here. They can be set as NPCs that will drop little GPS tags, but we will also make it so that our friends can come and oh, there's a butterfly. I want to catch that butterfly. They can catch butterflies. They can go ahead and they can collect wild plums, because we're going to make sure there's going to be tons and tons of plants planted all over here so that there's resources that can be gathered. And we are also going to set up the resources in very unique ways. Come, Lily. Come, Tate. Because one of the funnest things, in my opinion, to possibly do in Minecraft is to go around and go into an unexplored area and then collect the flowers and plants, all of ooh, those are really unique looking. Wow, I am not familiar with those minerals. Those are going to be really fun to poke. You know, collect up all of the plants and the minerals and the animals that show up. But what happens when you do that? You end up deforesting the area. You take away all the plants and then there's none left for the other people. And then you're not interested in going back there because it's just a barren wasteland. So what we're going to do is we are going to make a national park that kind of renews itself. A national park where you can come and fill up your pack rat loving little pockets, I should say, or backpacks. And you don't have to worry about destroying the forest, because there will be ways for the forest to provide to you that won't use it up. So what do I mean by that? I mean, like planting a lot of the fruit trees so that people can come and collect from the fruit trees. Is that a butterfly? I forgot to bring my butterfly net. I definitely need to go back and get my butterfly net in just a second, but I also have to show you guys this. And we're also going to make a lot of spots in the forest. And I already have one little one just to set an example. Ooh, it's a walnut tree. I didn't know I would find a walnut tree down here. So that was a fun surprise. See, now I can go ahead and I can make a bunch of walnut trees. So if I take the walnut and combine the walnut with an oak sapling, now I can start spreading walnut saplings around, and when everybody comes to this forest, they can walk along the path and they can collect up walnut saplings. That's what I mean by making a renewable forest that will provide to the people who visit here. And then there's special ways. Sure, we have lots of crops. That's awesome. Fantastic. But then there's some other things I want to set up too. This, my friends, is a tiny wild rice pond, and these are the kinds of things that I want us to build together while we spend our month of camping here in what will become the Red Wolf National Forest, probably given a new name depending on the adventures we go on. You can see it before you, a ton of wild rice. This is really awesome wild rice. You can only collect it in certain places, and because of the way Minecraft works, once you collect it, it's gone forever. It doesn't have any seeds. You can't really replace it. What to do? Well, Tate, my wonderful fishing dog, that is where we are going to do things like make a nice little pond and then find a duck, and then that duck is going to be able to provide the wild rice to you, because certainly a wild duck would be rooting around and gathering up the wild rice and dropping some of it. And that is how we are going to build the forest. We are going to make spots using the NPCs and using special like hidden NPCs, so that, like squirrels, using special custom mob spawners. So squirrels just drop out of the trees, even though those little guys normally would only show up in Twilight Forest. We're going to use all of our mods to actively create a forest that you can collect from, and a forest that if you so choose to spend some time camping here, you could say, oh cool, I got some wild rice, and then you help the forest grow because you put it down. So that's what we're going to be doing. I know it seems a little silly, but it's exactly the kind of task that I love, making natural areas that you can harvest from without destroying them, and also continue to grow and change organically depending on how many people decide to come camp here, depending on how many people decide to come and spend time here, and provide plenty for you to explore. So I'm really excited about that. And first thing I'm noticing is there's so many trees. So I'm going to need to clear away some of these trees and then make pathways so that people can get down here. We're going to make it look like a properly manicured forest. It's not just going to be this open wilderness. Oh yes, look at this. All right, see, here's another great example. Here we have some wild onions. So awesome. Gathered up onion seeds, gathered up the wild onions. So now I could make some French onion soup of friendship. I could also make some of these wraps. There's a lot of stuff that I could do with these onions, mostly just the wraps. This is a plant mega pack mod, and oh good, more onions right over here. And then more seeds. Let me go ahead and put those down. But we could spread the onion seeds and create a whole bunch of patches of wild onions so that people could come. And then we would just make it a rule of the park that what you take, you try to leave a little bit behind, like you do in every national park. So I really like that. This is actually wild carrots. And this is one of the drawbacks, is that wild carrots currently don't have a way to spread. So what if we end up going on a mission, finding a bunny, setting up a nice bunny burrow, learning a little bit about the wild bunnies, and then the bunny, after we do all of those things, so we properly set it up an area and we can make it a nice manicured little spot on the path where people can come and see, oh look, there's a wild bunny, here's a little information patch about what wild bunnies are like, and then the bunny could drop the wild carrots. So you see where everything starts organically growing. That's what I really want out of what we do in the server and what we do in Zoodesia, where you can find violets and ferns and dandelions and mushrooms, and you can collect them, but you also don't have to worry about like the forest ending up looking like an empty barren land of nothingness afterward. So we're going to basically make a really cool park where people can come and they can collect things to their heart's content and probably learn a little bit along the way. Ooh, some of my favorite things, turkey tails. I love turkey tails. And then of course some of the things that we collect we're just going to keep because I absolutely adore exploring, and I absolutely adore plant collecting. And then that's the goal. So that's the goal. Make a really fun interactive trail, an interactive forest where people can come and enjoy walking around here, and trying to make it nice enough and high quality enough that we can introduce all sorts of these special mobs that we have in our game. We have squirrels, we have birds, we have the exotic bird mod, we have all sorts of unique mods that we could use with the custom NPCs to make unique skins. So we could have something like, badgers running around. If I thought about it carefully enough, we could have wild pigs running around. There's some more beautiful butterflies. I see the hooves of a deer down there. We can really turn this into a beautiful national forest, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm so excited. And that was why I actually got here and set up my little tent, and I was so thrilled to have my little tent up. And then I walked over to the edge and I was like, it's so pretty here, because it really is just gorgeous. We're just gonna have some fun exploring in between all of the path building and all of the animal collecting and spot setting up. And then that spot loaded, and I was so thrilled because that's perfect, you guys. That is going to become the ranger station. So we are going to adventure over. I haven't looked at it yet because I haven't been able. Lily, Tate, please. I haven't been able. Come here, puppies. Tate, don't climb in the fire. That's not any better than falling off a cliff, my little one. But I haven't looked in that Fossils and Archaeology Abandoned Academy yet, but we can go over there, and what we'll do is we will renovate that place so that we can turn it into a ranger station where people who come to visit our national park can come over and they can learn from the ranger station all of the things that they can find, the interactive trails they can go on, the different kinds of animals. They might be able to trade like a bunch of bird eggs for getting something from snapping turtles or things like that. So it's going to be really fun, and it's going to really represent what I've always wanted, but for some reason I've always held myself back a little bit on doing here in Zoodesia. And we're also just going to have a really great time collecting random things. What is that? That's a cow. And then we may actually collect up things that may not fit in the forest, like cows walking around in the forest, and we can take those to our farm and we'll work on that too. So I'm really excited, you guys. This is going to be so much fun. I'm really happy to be back, and thank you guys so much. Was that a butterfly? Okay, I've got to get a butterfly net. All right, I need some empty jars on me, and I need my butterfly net, and I'll put the butterfly encyclopedia away for now. And then I'm definitely keeping that turkey tail. I really adore turkey tails. I adore mushrooms, but we could come up with places where you could get those turkey tail mushrooms without having to harvest it and leave nothing behind. So that's kind of our goal, making a renewable, interactive national forest park and just relaxing here for the start of January. And then when we return to the zoo, we will just start picking up slowly but surely with a brand new, fresh mentality. I'm not going to bury myself under all of the old to-do list and smush myself. I hope you guys can forgive me if I just sort of have to take a deep breath and clean slate, start over on the projects, because I think that's what's really, really going to help me. Because there's so much to do in the whole zoo, Lily. So much to do. All right, well, I lost the little butterfly that was running around. Oh, that's so cool. But let me introduce you guys to the campsite. You guys already know Lily and Tate, I hope. And then I have my cute little tent, and it is really adorable, made out of some of the green wool. We have a wonderful little campfire. Thankfully, it's kid friendly and dog friendly, so you can run through it and not get lit on fire, which is really nice. And then over here, we actually have a couple little crates, and if you so wish, you can make some wild food over here. So this is the same recipes that we can actually learn from our wandering botanist Alexis back over at Zoodesia Zoo. If I bring 5 ferns, I can get sauteed fiddleheads to eat. If I bring 6 mushrooms, I can have a mushroom skewer, which would be really yummy. It would be like roasting mushrooms over the open fire. If I can find pine cones and maple syrup, I can get a field snack. If I gather up that wild rice that we saw down at the pond and a bowl, I can have a bowl of rice to eat. If I have 3 onions, I can transform it into spring onions of friendship soup, which I am going to do right now. So this is fun. This is where we can craft up some little special camping wild meals. And then speaking of crafting up special things, over here we have a furnace to use in case we need to like get any iron or smelt any ores. We have a little cutting board in case we want to cook anything. Speaking of cooking anything, we have a little chest right over here that has, look at it, it has a little skillet on the front. That's so cute. But we have a little chest that will hold our food items. I'll move everything up here actually. That will hold our food items, and that will hopefully provide the ability for us to do a little bit of cooking if we want to do some cooking here. A crafting station, which is always very useful to have around the place. And then over here, we have a little carpentry station. Oh, come on. Don't be stubborn. I'm watching you. Oh, there it goes. All right. So this is a little carpentry station, and it's just very simple, basic carpentry that would come in useful for a camping trip. So we can come over and we can use the tools over here to carve up wood. So if I take a bunch of just oak wood, I can turn it into the sculpture pieces that end up creating this awesome little bench so that we can sprinkle the benches along the paths. I do have my chisel, by the way, so we can make the fun different colored dirt to spread everywhere for our paths. And I'm probably going to need to make a bunch of carpenter slopes and carpenter stairs because some of these paths are kind of steep. I wonder what's down there. I can't wait to start doing some exploring. And maybe I should do like a pig roundup and make a pig pen and make like a cow pen. And then we'll move all of the wild pigs and cows that really don't belong in a forest because they might destroy the delicate natural ecosystem over to my farming area. So I might set up my farm farming area this year too. So I'll have to think about that. All right. And then you can also take oak wood posts, which are pretty easy to make. You just take oak wood and like use an axe to make smaller pieces. We can get these oak wood posts and we can actually make pieces of a bridge. So these are the pieces that will create a bridge that we can put over gaps or over open sources of water. And we can also take 2 oak wood posts and make the oak wood post fence. So we can put something on the other side of the bridge so we just don't tumble to our death, which is very nice. And if we take some of the oak wood and combined raw rubber that we may harvest while we're going around clearing out these paths, we can make the glowing stumps. And this stump, let me get out I know I have a really good pick with me. There we go. Here's one of my good picks. And this stump is actually pretty darn special because, ta-da, it glows at night. And that's what we can use to light up the night in the forest. So it looks nice and natural, and it doesn't have to look like a torch and a bunch of fire shimmering in the air. So that will help us out with lighting the place up. Maybe I should make it so I can make some more campfires too, because they're kind of useful. Oh, and maybe we should set up, guys, we could work hard and even set up some extra tents. So it could just be like little camping tents that people could come and they could just borrow for the night when they come visit. Oh, that's so much fun. We could even leave instructions on how to make some special field snacks and some special camping snacks. That would be awesome to just leave out for people to use when they come here. That would be really cool. We could do like an annual camping trip here, maybe like get it all set up for summer, and then like a whole bunch of the other ZooCrafters can come on and we could just do like a camping trip. That would be so cute. And then we could have archery contests and stuff like that then too. And finally, if I bring 3 mushrooms and a torch together, I can have the glowing mushrooms so that then we can sprinkle those around to be light sources too. So I really love it. It's just a very simple little camp. I'm going to try to make sure it stays pretty simple. We do need to go if we, that's a moth. That's a moth. Come here. Oh my gosh, where'd it go? It was on the wood. It was on the wood and I chased it away. I didn't expect a moth to show up so soon. Oh, there it is. 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 Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, 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 oh. I want him. 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 He's so pretty. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Did I get him? I got him! We got a gray rockling! Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, so I did get a moth. Well, that's very pleasing to me. Maybe we can even set up a little butterfly like house or a little moth room inside of the ranger station. So wouldn't that be nice if we actually took the whole back end of the ranger station and filled it in with glass, and then we could put a whole bunch of butterflies and a whole bunch of moths loose in the top up there? That could be pretty fun. But yes, so we will also work on the ranger station, and any extra resources we gather up we can store over there. But mostly it's just going to be about taking it easy, getting back to our roots, returning to the wild, and just remembering that when you have a real passion for nature and the natural world and animals, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, that passion ends up being shared with everyone. And so I'm just going to have faith in that, and I hope you guys will enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow, or I should say next time. That's the other thing. ZooCrafting won't be daily right now. It'll be about 3 times a week, maybe more often. We'll do a lot more streams, and it will switch to daily in months when I know I have enough time on the schedule. So just keep an eye for that and breathe deeply. This is so we can be consistent and have fun and just have an awesome time. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun to do all of this with you guys, and I'm so happy to just return to our roots. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.